Hey, True Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's Wednesday, May 17th, 2017, the 137th day of the calendar year. Like every Wednesday night, I'll have my weekly program on Truth Frequency Radio. If you've never listened before, it's a 3-hour radio show. It starts on the West Coast, where I am, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you're on the East Coast, 9 p.m. to midnight. It's typically a caller-friendly program, but we've had the call board down the last couple weeks. Hopefully it'll be up for this week's show. If not, worry not. I can carry the show for 3 hours. There's always plenty to talk about. Last week I had to carry the show for the whole 3 hours. Sorry to the callers who wanted to phone in. But if you want to listen to last week's program, it was a really good show. I covered a lot of information, and this week's show should be even better. The 37th episode on the 137th day of the year. I love it. It wasn't planned that way. It's just the way it's working out. But anyway, with regards to today being the 137th day of the year, I want to show you something about history. On this day in history, 1946, 71 years ago, the father of Bill Clinton, the president, was found dead on the side of the highway in 3 feet of water. And the police said it looked like it was an accident, and they said there was nothing suspicious about it. Bill Clinton's father was reportedly driving from Chicago, Illinois, where Hillary's from, back to Hope, Arkansas, where Bill Clinton's from. A lot of people don't know this about Bill Clinton, but he was not born with the last name Clinton. He was born with the last name Blythe. His father was William Jefferson Blythe Jr. Bill Clinton was born William Jefferson Blythe Double Jr. So, here is what is so interesting about the reported death of Bill Clinton's father on this day, the 137th day of the year, May 17th. May 17th. Notice, the 137th day, leaving 228 days remaining. The name William Jefferson Blythe Jr. sums to 137, and you have to remember how special this number 137 is to Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. in Gematria. We're just going to look here at English Ordinal, 137. Just like American Meridian, 137. D.C. is on what's called the American Meridian. There's the famous statue of Morals and Dogma under the arm of Albert Pike in Washington, D.C., the only Confederate war general with a statue in his honor. Morals and Dogma, the book of Freemasonry, written by the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. 137 is the 33rd prime number. This is a big number in Washington, D.C. White House has reverse ordinal gematria of 137, just like government. So think about this. The father of Bill Clinton, dead on the 137th day of the year, and not only that, but his own name, summed to 137. This very special number. Number of authority. Remember, on the Freemason compass, the compass is 47 degrees. The angle it's set at, and their symbolic logo, the compass with the G and the square beneath, the square a 90-degree angle, 47 degrees plus 90 degrees, 137 degrees. Washington, D.C., the headquarters of Scottish Rite Freemasonry, as well as the nation's capital. George Washington, a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. The name William Jefferson Blythe Jr. also has gematria of 115, Masonic equals 115, killing 115. I'll link this calculator below. It's so simple to verify these things. And when you load this, normally the reverse Sumerian is not there. I was just using the calculator before we used it. Masonic 115, killing 115, the date JFK murdered in the middle of Dealey Plaza on 11/22. A date with the 115 numerology, Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. Zapruder, who made the film, a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. JFK dead 11/22/1963. And I shouldn't have taken down the Sumerian gematria because just one more time. JFK assassination equals 187, like the homicide code. 187 times 6 is 1122. This is how Sumerian gematria works. He died on November 22nd in the 187th year of the nation's existence. 187 known as a homicide killing code. The first recognized president of the nation, the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason George Washington, known for wiping out the natives, George Washington 187, just like Washington, D.C. in reverse is 187. The difference between these two is one is A is 1 up to Z is 26. The other is Z is 1 up to A is 26. Reverses the alphabet backwards. Donald Trump began his GOP convention this past year before he became president, July 18th, 18/7. 187 days before Inauguration Day in Washington, D.C. And I just said that D.C. is the home of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. In North America, it's called the Ancient Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Its official name in North America, 187. And I want you to notice this 227. 22 divided by 7 gives you the number for pi, which you learn about in geometry, for cycles and circles. Gematria, geometry within the English language. Pi, circles. If you write out 360, has gematria of 227. If you write out 22 divided by 7, it sums to 314 using the alphabetic order, like 3.14 for pi. Geometry is gematria. Gematria is geometry within language. Old concept goes back to the Hebrews, the Greeks. Pythagoras, very much into gematria. Pythagoras, a lot to do with Freemasonry. The death of William Jefferson Bill Blythe, I want you to notice his birthday, February 27th, 2/27, the 58th day of the year. He died in Sikeston, Missouri. Sikeston, M.O., 58. 58, like being born on the 58th day of the year. Freemasonry, 58. Secret Society, 58. It all goes back to Solomon's Temple, 58. You see? So there's more that's interesting here. This was also the day that leaves 228 days left in the year. The word death in Sumerian gematria is 228. Just like United States of America in English Ordinals 228. The only American to have a holiday named after him, a born American, is Martin Luther King Jr., 228. And think about how February ends February 28th, 2/28, Black History Month. The word Negro equals 59. The month February equals 42. All throughout history, 42 and 59 stamped on black people. Slavery, 42. Martin, 42. Check out the hit sitcom Martin, the black TV show. He lived in apartment number 42. Malcolm X, 42. I'm just trying to tell you this is deep. It's all Freemasonry. Freemason, 42. Black History Month. Did I write February up here? In case I forgot. February 42, the only month that does. Ends on the 59th day. Negro 59. Slave 59. Blues 59. Again, one more time. Slavery 42. Jackie 42. The name Jack Robinson 59. His birth name. So anyway, this man, he died May 17th, 1946, the 137th day of the year, the 33rd prime number. The date he died, May 17th, 1946, it was also a year where it had a date numerology of 33. 5 plus 1 plus 7 plus 1 plus 9 plus 4 plus 6. He was born in Sherman, having gematria of 33, like Clinton, like federal, like masonry, like secrecy. Washington, D.C., named after a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. Albert Pike, Morals and Dogma. In that book, it says the Kabbalah is the root of all Jewish secrets and symbolism. Kabbalah is the belief that God created the world with language when he merged the letter with the number and the Hebrew alphabet, the ancient Jewish alphabet, attribute to this. Now get this. Just yesterday I did a video on Masonry, the month of May, and the May sun on May 23rd. Look at Sikeston, Missouri, where he died. 235 gematria. And he died in May. Just did a huge video on this yesterday. This subject, May, Mason, and the May sun on May 23rd. Now, he died 6 days before May 23rd. But look, Sikeston, 235, a lot like 23.5, the legs of the Freemason compass. They're each out 23.5 degrees apart. This is because the tropics, which measure time, are at 23.5 degrees north and 23.5 degrees south. Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Cancer. They measure the solstices. The day he died, May 17th. Let's finish with the May 23rd thing real quick before we go to that. Sorry, sometimes, presenting this information, sometimes I do better than others. But here, the May sun part. Freemason gematria 42, like May. May sun. The sun has gematria of 24, the reflection of 42. The sun, 24 hours in a day. The big G in the Freemason compass represents 42. The compass, again, set at 47 degrees. Here's the tropics, 47 degrees apart. Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 north. Capricorn, 23.5 south. 47 degrees. The word time has gematria of 47, and these measure time organically. The solstices, measuring winter and summer for the respective hemispheres. 47, super important number in Freemasonry, which has the 47th problem of Euclid, Greek mathematician, gematria time, Pythagoras. 47th problem of Euclid about how to establish foundation using a north star, the pole star. Foundation and pole star, both 47. Time, the ultimate authority. Everything in Washington, D.C. is built around 47. There's a 47-degree angle in the road that points at the White House. White House 47, President 47, Authority 47, Government 47. The name Trump's 47. On the night of the selection, Trump was in the 47-story Midtown Hilton Hotel. Anyhow, May 23rd, 23/5, like 23.5, that's the 143rd day of the year. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry has gematria of 143. Major tribute on the calendar to Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry also equals 325. Read it backwards. 523, 5/23, the way we write May 23rd in the U.S. Think about it. Scottish Rite also has gematria of 57. May 23rd is the beginning of Gemini. Gemini has the gematria of 57 like Scottish Rite. George Washington became president at age 57. 4 of the first 6 presidents were inaugurated at the age of 57. D.C., where the headquarters of Scottish Rite Freemasonry is it hard to see? and speaking of D.C., I always forget this, but D.C. is 47, just like president, just like White House, just like I was saying, government, authority, Trump. There's more. Remember I said that Donald Trump, when he named his Supreme Court justice, it would have everything to do with 4 and 7. Judges 47, gavels 47, obeys 47. On 4/7, our Supreme Court justice was named. You could also write that day to 7/4, judge 47, jury 74. This is the land of Masonry, Masonic Jewish 4. This is the land of Jewish banker tyrants, Jewish 74. Think about our language. English 74, Gematria 74, Holiday 74, Independence Day 74, Alphabetic Order 74, and notice also the 137, the 33rd prime, the word order alone, 33, like Masonry, like secrecy, like federal, and again, 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason headquarters, home of the federal government. Is it hard to see, people? Is it hard to see? So anyway, I'll link this stuff down below. In the Bible, which is full of numbers, the 42-line Bibles, they told people not to study the stars or burn in the hellfire. Book full of numbers and astrology tells the people not to know it. Even astrology has the 666 coded on it, the number they try to scare you with. They got that astronaut in NASA up in space for 666 days, a record. NASA's full name in Gematria sums to 666. NASA, established in 58 by Scottish Rite Freemasons. Science equals 58, star equals 58, so does Gregorian, so does calendar, so does secret society, Freemasonry, Solomon's Temple, chessboard, Jerusalem, United States, and a whole lot of other things relevant to Freemasonry. Rosicrucian 58, Rose Cross 58. The rose represents secrets. The phrase under the rose has the same gematria as Mason, which is 62. The 62nd day of the calendar year is 3/3 like 33. So if you missed the video I put out yesterday, in this blog post, you can come down here. I'll link it down below in the description. If you go to this blog post and just click this video right here, this might be the best video I ever made. So I'll link the blog post. Just come down to the blog post, click the video, you'll be there. May 17th, again in the time of Taurus. Taurus has the gematria 44. We started with the death of William Jefferson Blythe. Taurus has the gematria 44, as well as 62 like Mason. Very Masonic here. You see how it all comes together nicely? Tonight on the radio show, we'll talk about all these things and more. Hopefully I'll be taking your calls. I've been doing a little bit of reading to make sure that my book is on point. I want to go back and read some of the, Masonic masters who've put out the occult knowledge, such as Manly P. Hall, reading things like the Occult Anatomy of Man. Manly P. Hall, by the way, who's a Freemason who spilled a lot of beans. Manly P. Hall, gematria 42, just like Freemason. 156, like when you write out 33. 33 has the 156. I should also point out that Freemason's also 48 and 42, just like Manly P. Hall with the reverse methods. You see? Get rid of that Sumerian. These are our base methods right here, these four. These are your base, the alphabetic order, forwards and backs, the small way and big way. Very simple to understand just by coming here and clicking on the ciphers. So anyway, Truth Seeker, sounds like someone's coming up to my house. I want to tell you one last thing. Manly P. Hall in this book, he says that everything comes to the human vertebrae and the 33 spine. Vertebrae has the gematria 42 like Freemason. We have 33 vertebrae. The word people equals 33, person 33, society 33. It's the home of our nervous system 33. Anyway, he says the whole thing about 33 is the ascension of man to use his brain in the most powerful way he can. That's what it's all about. The word skull has the gematria of 33. And in this book, he talks about how the human being is the same as the world we live in. We're a reflection of the world. We're children of the stars. And he says our mind has 12 components, and the skull is the 13th. So, check this out. The Occult Anatomy of Man. Good reading. Until next time, True Seeker. One last point about his father's death. It was in the state of Missouri, having gematria 42, like the word Freemason. Again, we're talking about a death in May under the May sun. And I want to show you something else about Missouri that I learned now that we're aware of this reverse ordinal gematria. Reverse ordinal, Missouri's 93. Bill Clinton would become president of the United States in 1993. So, the question becomes, was there ever really even, Bill Clinton's father? Did this man ever even exist? Is this a real human being? Remember, the Clintons are a political dynasty going back to the founding of the country. George Clinton, the first governor of New York, where Hillary was senator, vice president to Madison. The Clintons are a powerful family, always have been, behind the shadows. And in this nation, when people hear the name Clinton, all they really know is Bill and Hillary, who don't even have a bloodline to the name. You know what I mean? So who is Bill Clinton really? Where did he really come from? This story just seems too perfect. It almost seems like this is a made-up story by the numbers to give us a false background about who Bill Clinton is. And I think this is true for a lot of the agent actors that we get as president. And with regards to agent has gematria 47 like president. There's a video game called Hitman where the main character is Agent 47. The word actor has gematria of 33. Donald Trump became a TV celebrity in 1984, 33 years before becoming president. He's been an actor, movies, TV shows, even the WWE, fake wrestling. This is the nation that had the governor controlling California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and also the nation where Ronald Reagan, the 33rd governor of California, went from actor to governor to president. Actor 33. Isn't it too perfect? All right, Truth Seeker, until next time. Core Truth Seeker, the more you look, the more you find. I wanted to go back and see how many days it was from the death of Bill Clinton's father to his birth. Bill Clinton was born later that year, August 19th. It was 94 days later, or 13 weeks and 3 days, kind of like 133. Again, one more time. When you write out 94, it sums to 147. Just like when you write out President of the United States, it has gematria of 147. Or U.S. President, it sums to 147. Or Freemason equals 147. Or conspiracy equals 147. This is a special number. There's 147 windows at the White House named after the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. So his father died 94 days before his birthday, or 13 weeks and 3 days. Look at White House, 133. Just like government, 133. When Trump began campaigning for president, Fox News running things like Donald Trump's 133rd night on Fox News. Donald Trump, the 133rd richest man in the world. And I said back then, is this a sign that Trump will be the president of the United States? So there's more. From the day that Clinton took office, looks like I forgot to put it up here. From the day Clinton took office as president, January 20th, 1993, to his upcoming birthday that year, August 19th, was 211 days. I just talked about 47 in D.C. 211 is the 47th prime number. It was 211 days before his 47th birthday. He was born in 46, which means he turned 47 in 93, 211 days after becoming president 47, White House 47, government 47, authority 47, agent 47, DC 47. You want to take it even further, Truth Seeker? You break out the Kabbalah ciphers, septenarian Chaldean. If you type in Washington, D.C., you'll notice that in both of these ciphers, they're 47. And not all words are that way. I mean, most words aren't the same. But in both of those ciphers, even 47. And let's not forget a 33rd degree Freemason from France, 47, built D.C. But again, the more you look, the more you find. I've done a lot of work on Hillary Clinton. I've talked about this before. But in the past when I've talked about this, I didn't know about reverse gematria. And reverse gematria is the other side of this equation that I was missing for 2 years in my teachings. And just real quick, Truth Seeker, I want to go back to 2013, before I had a blog, before I had a YouTube channel. When I first discovered this knowledge, I was looking at the Kennedys, their deaths. I started looking into the Clintons. Saw a major pattern. Again, Kennedy, 33. Just like Clinton, 33. Like federal, like order, like masonry, like secrecy. Almost everyone who's died in the Kennedy family has died by these same numbers. 33, 137. And ever since then, I've discovered so many more where it's the same pattern. But I started with a small group in 2013. I showed people what I knew, and everyone just said it was a big coincidence. Some people said, Zach, I think you're losing your mind. I think you might be developing mental illness. So for all of you who speak out and get this kind of criticism, I share this with you because understand, you're not mentally ill. We live in a sick nation. People are blind to the truth, and things really are being executed this way. I mean, just look at how this unfolded. With all the encores, the more I looked, the more I backed up my own point. You know? What are the odds? 211 days. 211, also part of the Mason code in Jewish gematria. You want to know what mafia is in Jewish gematria? 47. That's what we're run by, the Masonic Mafia. Until next time.